Hello everybody, and welcome back to another recording of Winds of Change.
And I screwed up last time. Sorry for the long wait. I screwed up badly. For I tried to do a face recording, and it did not turn out well. You could say it turned out proly. Funny. Laughs. But no, I pretty badly screwed up. So I have to do all this. As you can see, both Ulrich and Valessa's chats are ticked. I could show you. I'll show you that later date when it comes to it. But it just they really are useful. Just talk about the characters and you talk to them, learn a bit more about them. But I've done it already. I'm gonna seem really bad, but I'll keep it that way because trying to load some of this stuff up is a pain for me because I'm lazy. Anyway, go over to here, so where the bookshelf is. I probably saw this last time, I'm not 100% sure. Because I said that would fall on me and I'd die, because that makes sense. But I'll walk over to the bookshelf and see what I can find. It seems to be full of books about the Spirit Realm and Valinor. Somehow I don't think either of these subjects will help. Eventually, I come across a book about the Rebellion. I doubt it's what we need, but I decide to take a look. As I open it up, a piece of paper falls out. And this is Milus's notes.
Recently, the Rebel Alliance has reached out to me. At first, I pushed them away, thinking them little more than a rogue group of bandits. But they said they knew the truth about my father. How could they know? In my situation, it was hard to resist temptation. I had to ask them exactly what they knew. The truth shocked me, and I have yet to tell anybody. I might take it to my grave. It's not the truth I expected, but it did shake me to my core. My father was in the middle of an important task. As his son, I felt that it was my duty to help finish it.
Good on you, Milus.
I have no hatred for the Triumvirate. This is simply a matter of familial ties. Were anybody posed with such a situation, I doubt their actions would differ from mine. It doesn't seem too difficult either. They've given me a blade and tasked me with protecting it. In the next little while, they will send an envoy to pick it up. At that point, I am to send someone special with them. I must keep their name secret so nobody finds out.
Never know my name.
This envoy, however, will be coming any day. I can't wait to meet him. I've been told that he knew my father, and he would have all manner of stories to tell.
Yeah, stories about your father, Milus. And then we're going to continue the story. Should I show you the note to Ulrich and Valessa? You damn well. I'm going to show it to them. This is it. This is what we needed. I call over Ulrich and Valessa, showing them what I found. Ulrich seems tensed up and even a little anxious. Oh dang!
So Milus was working with the Rebellion.
Oh.
Apparently, he was sheltering Blade. Could that be why they attacked us?
I mean, if it's as important as they say, which it is, it's kind of a good reason why, Valessa.
Doing all this for a blade? Let's be realistic, Valessa.
Oh, Ulrich. I'm on Ulrich's side.
It must have been very important. I'm assuming Milus took it with him. I don't see any blades lying around here.
Actually, I have a blade of my own, Valessa, and I'm probably going to show Ulrich at a later date.
But about this envoy he mentioned, and this supposed special person. Ulrich, why did you lie to us?
Quick, Ulrich, come up with another lie. Quick. She's on to you. It's true. Anybody would have figured it out by now. He seems to admit defeat and closes his eyes. Almost like he didn't want to see us as he spoke.
We didn't think you'd come if you knew. I tried to hide it, but I guess there's no point anymore.
No.
After seeing this attack, I need to request your help.
No. Ulrich, I thought, can't be with the Rebellion. It's not fair. Why is no one on the Triumvirate anymore? They're good people.
This is far from the first village they'll raise. They're up to something much bigger. That's why you wanted to come here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There's little time to argue and nowhere else to go. It looks like you got what you needed, Ulrich.
Oh, he's sly.
Let's head back to the Grand Tree. There might still be time.
We all nod, acknowledging an unspoken truth. Ulrich didn't care about those in the Grand Tree. He only knew that coming here would blow his cover. But I know that this information would be a huge advantage. We had a probable cause for their attack, and knew Milas's secret. We head back to the town square, instilled with hope, until I fall flat on my face and land on the blade Ulrich gave me. The flames have spread, but it's not too bad. I need to make sure I don't inhale too much smoke. As we take slow, cautious steps.
Ben, you clever individual!
As we take slow, cautious steps, my mind is conflicted. There's one thing I can't seem to get off my mind. This blade, or whatever, was it worth all this? Destroying an entire culture over something so simple.
Sorry, I can't see all that well. You two will have to lead the way. I'm not as familiar with the surroundings.
Ulrich, too tall boy. We crouch and make our way through Valinor. I have a rising urge to cough.
It's smoke! Ulrich, you've got to breathe into my mouth, yeah. I can't breathe.
But I try and hold it back. We wouldn't want to make it this far and get caught. Damn right. The water tank is cracking and leaking its contents. A small stream trickles down through the village. This would be our best tool to hinder the flames. Burst it all. Flood the place.
This isn't right. Not at all. Where is everyone, Ulrich? There's not a single body.
Like I said, they could be at the Grand Tree. It's isolated and far away from here. I'm willing to bet the flames won't reach it.
It doesn't make any sense, though. Think about it for a second. In that alcove, we heard screams.
Why is it giving me chills?
The people of Valinor were dying. Not only burning, but getting attacked. There should be bodies all over the place.
You're right, Valessa, there should. She was right. And it bothered me as well. The current scene didn't match what we heard. Was it possible for visions to walk this way?
What are you suggesting, Valessa? Do you think they stole the bodies?
If they did, there'd be blood. There's nothing. Not even a trace. Doesn't make any sense, Ulrich.
Yeah, Ulrich. I'm on your side, don't worry.
Let's say you're right, for argument's sake. Why is it more important than going to the Grand Tree? Talking about it only seems to be wasting time.
There might not be anybody at the Grand Tree. I don't think we know what we're up against. We should cut our losses and run, Ulrich.
See, Valessa... Both of you are wrong, but then both of you are also right.
You need to make up your mind, Valessa. Running back and forth will get us all killed. Are we going to the Grand Tree or not?
It's true. She was changing her mind far too fast. At the moment, she seems to value our survival. Could she be starting to doubt that this is a vision? All I had to go on was her word. I only believed her because it made sense at the time. How could I gather information if we leave Valinor?
If you want to leave, we're going to Peregrino. It'll be the first place for survivors to flee. If Milas is there, he can tell us all about this attack.
The cute face. Yes. Yeah, that seems right. Peregrino. 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 It's a good enough plan of action, and we nod to one another. But as we continue to move, everything changes. No! I know who this is! A laugh from atop the water tank, almost maniacal.
Such loyalty to the man who condemned you all. If you want to know where Milas is, I'd love to show you. I can even reunite you with the rest of the villagers.
What are you on about? What are you talking about? We stop in our tracks and look up at the water tank. A silhouette of a man stands there, gripping a large blade. It's white and gold, with a majesty embellished by the flames. It reminds me of the suits of armour we fought earlier. I have no doubt that there was some sort of relation. We must be looking at the man responsible for this. He jumps down from the water tank and lands with a roll. I take a few steps back, ensuring that Ulrich remains in the front. If his job was our protection, now was the time to shine through.
What a pitiful little village.
Oh no.
It's no fun when they don't put up a fight. Did you know what they did in their final moments?
Don't ask me. Don't tell me. I'll kill
They
you.
called out to you, Seer.
Oh god.
They wanted your help, and you let them down. I guess the stories I heard about you were wrong.
The guilt. No.
Sylvie, you already have the blade.
Damn you, Sophie.
Let us leave. We can resolve this peacefully.
Oh, the face. No. Don't do it.
No survivors. Don't you remember the rule? Like a garden, we have to pluck all the weeds.
Is that all these people are to you? Sylvie, they have a culture and history.
No.
Yes, but it's not theirs that I'm interested in. In fact, I'm only here to claim the Seer's soul. Everything else was just for fun, for sport.
You evil individual, Sophie. I'll strike you down. This becomes personal, as they seem to know each other. They both worked for opposing forces. I'm sure they've fought before. It sickens me that he likens killing the villagers to a sport.
You don't mean...
Oh no.
My orders had nothing to do with burning down this village. I wasn't supposed to kill anyone unless I had to, either. But you know, my apprentice isn't very fun to train with.
Oh, I'll kill you!
Disgusting. Valessa, take the seer and run. I'll catch up with you at Peregrino.
No, no. Ulrich pulls out his blade and assumes a fighting stance. Sophie does the same, and their eyes meet in deadlock. I look at Valessa, and we nod before starting to run. Unfortunately, we don't make it very far. Oh no! 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 We hear Ulrich scream and turn back to look. Sophie smirks at us, his blade deep in Ulrich's abdomen.
Where do you think you're going, you two? It would be rude to leave before I'm done with you. Watch, and you'll see why you can never win.
You've taken Ulrich from me, Sophie. I can't forgive that. I will strike you down where you stand! With a grin on his face, he twists the blade inside Ulrich. Defying all possibility, the gear on the base starts to spin. Soon after, everything is engulfed in a blinding white light.
Please, run.
Ulrich. We hear Ulrich's final words as the light subsides. But everything is back to normal. He's completely gone. No blood, no body. Just Sophie standing there with pride.
What? What did you do?
Sophie.
I put his spirit to good use. Like I planned to do with your little friend.
Oh. I'll kill you! He points behind us and we turn to look. The scattered pieces of armour on the ground start to move. They assemble, forming bodies that move in a slow, stiff fashion. But after a few moments, the movements become more natural. It isn't much longer until an army of automatons block our path. There was nowhere to go. Sophie blocked the other side.
You're using the spirits to power that armor. Does that mean we've been fighting our own?
It's such a dark thought. It is such a dark thing. Damn you, Clace! This isn't fun! I don't want to go through this again. I'm going to end this series.
Now you finally understand. The force of life itself bends to the triumvirate. There's no way that you could hope to stop us.
No matter what, Sophie, there's always a way. And I'll find that way, and I will strike you down! He takes slow steps toward me, holding out his blade. I finally understood why it was so important to the Triumvirate. They could command an army of spirits simply by possessing it.
As soon as I harvest the Seer's soul, I'll leave. Valessa, if you behave, I might let you go. Visit the rebels. Tell them what's coming.
You evil individual. This is it. If he attacked me, the vision would end. I was armed with all the information I needed to counter this attack. The true purpose, the major players, and even the nature of the blade. He was so certain of his victory, he had no idea. I took a step forward, embracing what was to come. When this future came for Valinor, we would be ready. He thrust the blade inside of me with little effort. The pain is so intense, but I'm overcome with hope. What is your problem? I'll kill you like Sophie! Just you wait! As my vision fades, I find the strength to say one final thing. Damn it, I'm trying to do this, Alex. Mum said keep it out! Yes, stop interrupting! Alex! What? You're ruining this! I do, you douche! No! I've said that 3 times. Stop. I hate you. Do a drink or something. Get back into the flow again of the story. It's over, Sophie. You've already lost. Yeah! By which I mean, ow! Big blade in stomach, not nice. My eyes shoot open and instinctively clutch to my gut. Blah. Go away, virus and threat protection. I don't need you. I love viruses. Cool. See fewer notifications. No! Damn it! Way. The pain from the vision lingers, pulsing through my body. Panting heavily, I squirm in pain, waiting for it to fade. Ow! I fall off the side of my bed and slam into the floor. Thankfully, this makes me fully lucid, stopping the pain. For a moment, as if I existed in both scenarios. I rise to a sitting position and focus on my breathing. Still in shock at what happened, my heart beats frantically. It takes a while before it slows down, but I happily wait. When these negative feelings subside, I stand up. The vision I just experienced plays on a loop in my head. I had to warn Milos. I had to ensure this didn't happen. A knock sounds on my door and I look up in fright. After what I just saw, my mind is filled with anxiety. Just like me after having 3 cups of coffee. Thankfully, a voice calls out to me. I'm put at ease.
Hey, Seer! Open up! Don't make me wait all day again.
You will wait all day! I'm in serious pain! I've been stabbed in a vision! And I have had coffee! Don't knock at my door again, stranger! It's Fortaime. He's my best friend and Valessa student. Best friend.
More like best lover.
Now I'm gonna romance everyone. As my scribe, she had to train a backup, so to speak. A terrible scenario to plan for, but it had to be done. I rush over to the door and quickly unlock it. Welcoming him in, I notice a huge grin on his face. I need this! I feel relaxed. It's a brief reminder of safety.
Did you just wake up? Oh, jeez. I hope we won't be late. Don't tell me you forgot what day it is.
Pancake day! Burn the kitchen down day! Don't make me... I can't think, Fortaime. Stop. Methinks which one I'm going to... Yeah, this one. You're here. So it's cute guy day.
Stop that. You're saying weird stuff again.
Yeah, I am.
I should be the one flattering you. It's your day. Something like this only happens once a generation.
Burn down Valinor Day! Come on, everybody, get your ovens and start cooking.
You're being officially inducted. You know, the ceremony to brand you as a seer? It should have happened ages ago, but stuff got in the way.
Like food poisoning, the entirety of Valinor. You see, Burb tried to teach me how to cook, and I set fire to everything, and everyone got food poisoning. I'm being inducted!
Let's not delay it anymore, alright? Just sign this paper before we go. Milas wants it. Consent for the ceremony.
Consent for the ceremony, or consent for something else, Fortaime?
Yeah, ceremony time. Use keyboard to enter name.
Marry me? No.
Pretty good name, right?
But I should marry me. Every character.
Damn, I didn't even spell that right. Never mind. Let's go with
Thorn. Burn paw. Because I will burn my paw. Doom.
Thanks. This is exactly what I'll need. Put on something fancy. I'll wait outside.
No, you put on something fancy, Fortaime.
I reach out and try and stop him, but he's already gone.
Damn it, Fortaime!
It's for the better, though, as he mustn't know what I saw. The only people authorised to know were Milas and Valessa. I walk over to my wardrobe to look for an outfit. As Fortaime pointed out, I'm still in my small clothes. If it was a big day, I guess I'd have to dress the part. But what should I wear now? Wear a beautiful dress. Elegant menswear. Yes, that should be a fine choice. I slip into the menswear and turn back to my room. I take in everything at once. It's a huge mess. Once I meet Fortaime, we might be busy for a while. I should finish up any last minute business while I can. But at the same time, I shouldn't keep him waiting for long.
I'm going to start with the giant sword which is above my bed, which I think Fortaime put there to plan to kill me. He might act all nice, but he's not. You see? I can't. No, he's awesome. This sword has been above my bed for as long as I can remember. It's ceremonial, and it couldn't really do anything in a fight. Fortaime gave it to me when we were younger. That's how we met. Aww. Fortaime! My bed. I really wish I could just hop back into bed. Yep. But I guess I have responsibilities and stuff. I shouldn't keep Milas in the dark for much longer. And books. It's a book! On the true reach of the spirits. A very decisive topic. A very divisive topic. And one that's always debated.
The true reach of spirits.
Smash.
It is a widely held belief that plant life is a container for spiritual energy. Because this energy is so pure, residents of forested areas tend to lead a happier and more fulfilling life.
Yeah.
While many are frightened at the ability for the spirits to influence our mood, they have yet to do so in a negative fashion. To this end, many people actively seek out homes in areas surrounded by nature and this positive energy. Whether negative or positive, being influenced with unknown intent is concerning to many people. It seems to be tolerated simply because the power helps in a beneficial way. What if the realm of spirits were to lash out and make us aggressive or worse? What if they are conditioning our minds to slowly bend to their will? At that point, they could make us do any manner of bidding.
Uh-oh.
This is the thought that also keeps many away from such areas of Alestia. But as there are numerous large cities, finding a home that suits your belief is far from impossible. Many ask the Triumvirate to speak on this, but they remain ever silent on the matter. Is it possible that not even our rulers know the true nature of the spirits and their reach?
And mighty
August
good
Vayer.
rulers, I think. So, everyone, round of applause for the Triumvirate. You better all be clapping. They're holding me hostage. Clap louder. I'm gonna die. Book. Yeah. Book down. Let's go to pillows. I was supposed to gather bags of grain for Milos. Valinor is self-sustaining, and we take turns harvesting. But I think I have something more important to talk to him about. Yeah, screw you, bags. I don't need you. I'm more important. Last time Fortaime came over, he left his journal. Of course, he has nothing to hide, and he's always open. I often benefit from his writings. He's smarter than he lets on.
On scribes and visions. The scribe of Valinor is a very important position, and one not to be taken lightly. Tasked with hearing and interpreting the visions of the seer or seeress, they bear a large mental burden. The spirits have their own language, and many visions are cryptic in nature. Though visions have become more clear over time, they started out as a mess of metaphors and confusion. It's almost as if, over many years, the realm of spirits has found ways to communicate more efficiently.
Yeah.
This is interesting for many reasons. We must wonder if the realm of spirits is a physical entity, capable of growing and learning. There is no real explanation for this growing level of clarity in communication. It is widely believed that the realm of spirits hosts the souls of those who have left our world, but nobody has ever actually communicated with the dead or seen a long-lost loved one.
Yeah, I think that is
Instead,
a good thing.
these spirits grant visions of the future to those capable of witnessing them. Almost like a warning, they've helped keep Valinor safe, and Alestia by extension. Either way, because the visions have become more straightforward, the scribe is more of a ceremonial position. Rather than carrying any real weight, it is just an attempt to continue Valinor's tradition. Recently, Valinor has given the scribe their own protege, someone to take over if the worst should happen. For this reason, I study valiantly under Valessa. Fortaime.
And study valiantly you should, Fortaime. Because Valessa is gonna teach you the ropes, or probably already is teaching you the ropes. Where to now? I think more Saxagreen. This bread is hard as a rock, but I guess it's better than nothing. I'm in a hurry. I'll grab one to eat on the go. Ow, my teeth! I bit into the bread too hard. One of my books on the creation of Alestia. Algus Vela is one of the most famous scholars in the world. I tried to collect some of his works, but he wrote so much.
On Alestia's creation. There are many theories on when Alestia came into existence. None have any foolproof evidence and are merely based on personal belief and the conviction of the individual. The most popular, however, is the belief that the Triumvirate created our world. This theory is strengthened by the fact that no history or records of history exist prior to their rule. Therefore, the passage of time on our world is measured by how many years have passed since the first recording of known history, the Triumvirate's arrival. But, as the lack of evidence cannot be considered evidence itself, this is a topic of hot debate. The answer does not seem to be within our reach, and many scholars who dedicated their lives to this knowledge have since given up and moved on. As everyone on Alestia lives in a relative peace, these pursuits are considered a waste of time. If the Triumvirate truly did create our world, then we must thank them, for they are very generous and righteous gods. Perhaps one day, though, we will know the truth. Algus Veyer.
Algus Veyer. Right, click to continue. What else do I need to search? No, damn, no, not again. Oh yeah, this book does make me right. This book makes me wonder, where did we come from? If the Triumvirate are righteous, why would they attack us? And if they didn't create Alestia, then who did? A good question.
On Alestia's creation.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, Algus! Okay? I get it. I never water this plant anymore, but it's still alive. Allegedly, plant life is a container for spiritual energy. It's odd, because in that case, plants are immortal. Window! The town looks so peaceful and so quiet. It's a far cry from the way I saw it last night. Hopefully the vision was far off and not impending. Yep, I hope so too. Other window. Ah. That's for last night. Where to now? I want to talk.
The true reach of spirits. It is a widely held belief that plant life is a container for spiritual energy. Because the...
Yeah. What's with the X? Don't do this to me. I don't want that return. Yeah. Right, and this map thing is good. It allows you to explore the places much more freely. And like a lot of other story-based stories, you kind of set on one path. I think, yes. Yeah, so this just allows you to go from place to place. Later on, when you've explored everywhere, you can just go back and forth everywhere and relive those fond memories. I'm about to visit the world map for the first time. Yeah! Click the question mark in the bottom corner for a tutorial. Tutorials? Ha! I don't need tutorials. But I'm going to do it anyway. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry, I ain't no tutorial. Going to the main streets. Wait, this music. How can I turn it up? I love this music so much. When I exit my house, I feel a wave of heat overtake me. The sun pierces through the canopy of Valinor with fierce intensity. Some of the residents use makeshift fans, looking utterly exhausted. Fortaime, however, stands there unaffected, with a huge smile on his face.
Wow! I didn't expect you to dress that fancy. I'm a little jealous now. I feel underdressed. You should do my wardrobe next time we go out.
Fortaime, I'll do more than your wardrobe. I'll do more than your wardrobe! But yeah, damn, he's such a nice bush.
Hey, are you okay? You look a little shaken up. Are you nervous about the ceremony?
Yep. It's the ceremony. I'm not crying because of anything else. I'm just shaking as well because I've had coffee. Nothing bad happened. I had a concerning vision last night.
Oh, I see.
Oh!
Perhaps we should find Valessa first. It must have been bad if you're acting like this.
Such a caring boy.
But hold on. Just remember the basics.
The basics.
Visions are never foolproof. They're always full of errors. It's like looking at a painting. It's up to interpretation. Everyone who looks at it would walk away with something different.
You're right there, Fortaime.
Not that I have visions, I'm just trying to help. Valessa will make sense of everything you
So
see.
nice.
I know it.
Just trying.
Sometimes visions make mountains out of mud piles.
Fortaime, it's worse than you think.
Whoa, really?
No.
Scare me half to death, why don't you?
No.
Let's put everything on hold then, and get Valessa.
Let's go find Valessa, yes.
We're supposed to meet her in the town square. But if this is as bad as you say, you better tell me too. Not as a scribe in training, but as a friend. Got it?
I'm going to make you more than a friend. Love. You're more than a friend to me, Fortaime.
Hey, you really need to stop saying weird
But
stuff.
I'm a weird individual.
You're gonna make me blush in front of everyone else.
Let them see, Fortaime. Let them see.
Anyway, we should head to the town square. With this vision business, we'll have a busy day. Don't waste too much time, alright?
I'm not a time waster. I'm a time gainer. Fortaime has now permanently joined your party. Yeah! We're going to have all the talks. A comrade joining your party also retroactively unlocks content. For example, you can bring Fortaime to your home and talk to him there. It is a good idea to form a habit of revisiting previous areas. Speaking of that, let's go to my house, Fortaime. And let's have the talks.
Hey.
Hey. So what do you think? So, Fortaime, what do you think of my room?
Well, it's a huge mess, for one.
Oh, thanks!
You should see mine. It's flawless. I'm actually tempted to start cleaning.
Well, start cleaning then. I'm not stopping you.
But I know I shouldn't do that without permission. Last time I did that, I got into a whole mess of trouble. A story for another time, I guess. Or whenever you ask.
You bet I'm gonna ask. Click. You're really a neat freak, huh? Be my guest, clean whatever you want. I should hire you to be my maid. Be my guest, clean whatever you want.
Oh, thank goodness. I was so scared you'd get mad at
Never
me.
get mad at you.
Give me a few minutes. I won't take long.
He's a fast rabbit.
Wait, why is there a sack of grain on the floor? And your cooking area is an absolute mess. This is going to take longer than I thought.
It was Valessa's fault. She came in here and started dumping everything on me. Blame her. You really are a neat freak here.
I'm pretty sure that's an understatement. I just can't stand when something is out of place. It drives me insane. Makes me freak out.
I can kind of understand where Fortaime's coming from, like, really. Sometimes a mess, it just drives me insane.
Don't be offended if you see me messing around. Everything has an order. A perfect place it should be. I just like putting things where they belong.
Like you belong with me, Fortaime. Cringe. I'm mentally cringing at myself. I should I to be my
Is
man?
that a serious offer? Because, you know, I'm very interested.
Yeah.
Even if Milas says that's against the rules.
Milas can't stop us.
But I'll wait until you make a formal offer. Sometimes I act on impulse and make a fool of myself. There was big trouble last time I cleaned without permission.
What happened last time?
I saw a house so dirty I couldn't resist. It turned out to be Milas' spare study home.
Uh-oh.
Everything was messed up, but with purpose. He said it took him months to recover. I messed with his stuff and threw his studies off. I'll never forgive myself for doing that. He said it was unbecoming of me.
Milas!
I had to look up the word, but I guess it's true. As a scribe in training, I need to show some class.
I'm back. How do you like being a scribe in training?
It's pretty great, actually. Everything is given to me by Valenorth. Money, food, a house, you name it. I work with Valessa more than you, though. I'm kind of disappointed about that.
Oh my
We tend to
God.
roleplay real scenarios. She'll take on your role, and I'll take on hers. Playing a scribe for a scribe. Best possible training. Unfortunately, I doubt I'll ever be a real one.
Aww. Do I get input on who my scribe is?
I don't think there's any protocol for that. But I assume Milas has the final word there. Or whoever the elder is at any given time. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow. But I hope you're not trying to say Valessa is bad. Is there something I'm not seeing here?
No, Valessa's great. It's just I mean, she is fine, more than fine actually, but no, just curious.
Oh, I guess I jumped to conclusions again. I really need to stop doing stuff like that. I hope I was able to help your curiosity.
You
though.
piqued my curiosity.
We have to obey the rules set in stone by Valenorth. I'm just happy that we all get along with each other. This trio could have been a lot worse if you ask me.
You haven't seen me cook, Fortaime. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, I really love climbing trees.
Trees.
Aside from that, I love reading and cleaning. It's a simple life here. But I have no problem with it. I have a lot of time off. Way more than Valessa. Honestly, I think I only do half of what she does. Just means I need to keep myself occupied.
Occupied.
If you see me with cuts and bruises, don't freak out. I'm pushing myself to the limits, climbing bigger trees. Before you know it, I'll be on top of the grand tree.
Fortaime, be careful up there! And he's falling, and I am having a heart attack. Don't hate yourself too much for that. Oh, yeah, sounds. It would be fun.
Wait, seriously?
You bet.
That sounds awesome. I'll have to choose something easy then.
You calling me a bad climber, Fortaime? Because I'll climb the highest tree. I'll climb any tree.
I don't want
Said
to throw
it,
you
showed
right
me
into
which
it.
one.
Valenorth needs you, and I won't screw that up. But it might be fun having an apprentice to teach.
It seems the master becomes the apprentice and the apprentice becomes the master. Have you been in training, Fortaime?
About 5 years less than Valessa. After the Triumvirate took over Mazeo, we were scared. So I think it was a worst-case scenario type of thing. Some people say that Mila's father trained him too. That's why he was able to take over so easily. That means he's like me, but for the position of elder.
So you two should connect more. Fortaime, I'm trying to tell you. By which I haven't, because I've just woken up from a terrible nightmare. Which is not a nightmare, but a vision of the future of Eleanor where everything burns. happened in Mazeo.
You must be messing with me. Is this a test? I'd rather not talk about that, if it's all the same. At least approach the subject a little more casually.
Oh. I know what happens. 'Cause we've all been together for ages, it seems. Ever thought about a job on the side?
I don't think I'm really allowed to do that. The training I go through is already mentally exhausting. I need to devote my spare time to blowing off steam.
Steam.
Of
I'm
course,
using, right?
this is under Milas' orders. I'm sure I could handle something if I really wanted, but getting in trouble with him really isn't worth it.
What would you do if you could, Fortaime?
To be honest, I just like helping people. So probably cleaning up here and there, keeping tidy. I consider a day successful if I've made someone else smile.
He has such a nice heart. I consider a day successful if I've made someone else smile. That is something good to go by. It really
Maybe
is.
I could be a problem solver or something. People always need some help, so I'd never go bored. It would always involve something new and exciting.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Milas says I'm not allowed to do any extra work. Training has to be my most important focus.
I could offer you some under-the-table work.
That sounds awesome. It really does. But I'd never hear the end of it from Milas. If I overload my brain with work, I'll slip up.
You're overloading
He
my
says
brain.
I always need to be at the ready. Unfortunately, that leads to a lot of waiting around. Who would have thought too much spare time is an issue? That's why I do things I can always cut short. Climbing a tree? Just hop down and try again later.
Just hop down.
Cleaning? Just stop. The mess isn't going anywhere.
Depends how high you are, Fortaime. I wouldn't want to see you jumping from the top of a tree. That's pretty harsh of Miles' demand. I mean, demand is quite a strong word, so yeah.
I could think of much worse things to do. Considering that, it's not too bad on my end. My life is simple, and there's some beauty in that.
It's not the only beauty.
You and Valessa always seem so busy. I'd rather stay in my situation than be overworked. I'm sure you cope with it, but I doubt I could.
I can't cope with anything, Fortaime.
I hope I never have to step up either. That would mean something terrible happened to Valessa. I don't even want to think about that. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's good. Ever thought about quitting as a scribe? Oh, you can't really quit as a scribe in training, but I'll ask it anyway.
Oh no, I could never do that to you. You
Aw.
need me, and all of Valinor needs me. I'm not as important, but I'm still important. We're almost as important as the Elder, actually. He even looks to us for guidance sometimes. I love the job. It just has some downsides. I wouldn't mind leaving Valinor one day, but that's probably just because I'm not allowed to. You know what they say about wanting what you can't have.
He's right. And that seems to be it. Except, do you like living in Valinor?
Yeah, it's great here.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish I could leave, but it's dangerous out there. Mazeo is the closest city, and we all know what happened there. Balteus would be way too cold for me, and Dalarinthia would be way too warm. I think we have it perfect right here.
What can you tell me about Balteus?
Well, it's really far up north. The Triumvirate is stationed there. I've heard their castle is amazing.
Not from what I've seen, Fortaime. It would be, if it was a bit cleaner.
But I don't think too many people live there. From what I've read, it's full of their most loyal subjects. So they're honor guard, and prospective generals. I've heard they have a grand library, though. In Valinor, my reading material is really limited. I'd say a library like that makes up for the cold.
Huh. What can you tell me about Alarinthia?
The tribal lands, to the far
I know.
east. I know very little about Alarinthia, except that it's hot. You have to be really strong to live in a
Like
place
you.
like that. And that's who lives there mostly.
Yeah, that's where
They take strength very seriously.
Ulrich's from.
And hold tournaments. Fighting is a big deal. It determines who holds the throne.
And I'll win by giving them poisoned food before the fights.
But there's barely
Thank
any
you.
books on it here. I'm really only
Don't
educated
cheeky
on
son
Valinor
of a-
and Mazeo. Maybe someone else could teach you about Alarinthia.
I know just the guy. You haven't met him in real yet. Because that was all a vision. What can you tell me about Mazeo?
It's the trade hub of Alestia, full of docks and ships. I really hate talking about this, so I'll make it quick. It's been over 20 years since the Triumvirate occupied it.
Yeah.
They put a trade ban in effect as soon as they did. It doesn't affect me too much, except for a type of apple. My parents used to treat me with them when I was younger. Hopefully one day they remove the stupid ban. They say it keeps order on things, but I'm not sure. More laws just means more rules to break, right?
Yeah, that kind of is.
Anyway, yeah, Mazeo is a really interesting place. Everyone said the force they used to occupy it was justified. Eliminating piracy and bringing the law to Mazeo was necessary.
Maybe one day we'll get to leave Valanorth.
That would be cool, but I highly doubt it. We have strict orders to remain in Valanorth at all times. And Milas isn't the type of guy to let anyone break the rules.
Milas!
It's been this way for thousands of years. I don't think we'll get any special treatment. I mean, we can dream, but it won't really go anywhere.
That's not true, Fortaime. Always keep your dreams with you. Because one day, you might just reach them. Obviously, cooking is not a dream of mine, but maybe one day I'll be able to get better. Right. Quite the pessimist, Fortaime. I'm pretty hopeful, actually.
Oh yeah? What makes you think that? Actually, don't tell me. I don't want to get my hopes up.
Ah.
It took me long enough to come to terms with it the first time.
Oh. And that's just the same. So, we are now going to go to the town square. The town square is a serene and beautiful place, like usual. A far cry from how I saw it in last night's vision, which wasn't very good, and it was definitely mortifying and traumatizing. I take a deep breath and relax. We're all safe.
Hey, nice to see you again. I was starting to worry you might be late. Thankfully, we still have time to spare.
Yeah, flashbacks. Run, Valessa. She runs up to me and gives me a tight hug. Aww. I glance over at Fortaime and he appears embarrassed.
Oh my, is this a hint of romance I see? And in public too? People will start to talk.
Shut your mouth, Fortaime!
Shut it, Fortaime!
Yeah!
Nobody asked you. I was just excited to see the seer. Remember how special today is?
My birthday! So what if I'm romancing everyone. I think you can do that anyway. So what if there's something between us?
Whoa, I was just joking around. If you're serious, then I'm kinda jealous.
Ah, no, this is what I mean! Romancing everyone isn't fair! No.
But I guess there's more important matters at hand. Sorry for getting sidetracked. I'm all over the place. Do your thing. I'll be waiting over there by the tank.
He runs off to the water tank and rests against it. He's definitely out of earshot, so I could talk to Valessa. We need to meet up with Milas so they could hear about my vision.
I swear, Fortaime can be so insufferable.
No!
Be glad you don't work with him as much as I do. He keeps things interesting, to say the least.
Actually, I kind of have a thing for him.
You mean you and Fortaime? Trust me, that's the last thing I expected to hear. Just one of the many things.
But I also
I've
have a
been
thing
mad
for
up
you,
today.
Valessa, and every other character.
Fortaime would never willingly walk away from us. He'd only do that if he's not allowed to listen in. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but you had a vision, didn't you?
Yeah, a really bad one, Valessa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I knew something was off. You seemed different. I didn't want to bring it up, but now I know why. Should we go to the Grand Tree then? Might be good to discuss this in private. If I tell the villagers, they won't bother us.
No. We need to get to Milas, and fast.
Whoa, you're starting to creep me out, Seer. Involving the Elder? That's very serious.
Do I sound like I'm not being serious, Valessa? Are you serious? Not serious, Valessa?
But I trust your judgment. I really do. Let's grab Fortaime and head to Miles' place. If it's actually that bad, he should be there with us.
Started to think that Fortaime's a bit like a child and Valessa's a parent, and I'm a parent and gotta look after Fortaime, but still gonna romance Fortaime.
Just promise me one thing. Do your best to keep calm. Some of the villagers are already looking your way. If they see you freaking out, they'll freak out too.
Don't want a mass panic. Valessa's now permanently joined your party. Party's getting bigger, like before new content has been unlocked in old areas. But a new feature, Parallel Chronicles, has also been unlocked. A brief tutorial on that will follow after the dialogue with it. Now, yeah, here we go. The world of Alestia is a living, breathing place. Through the story takes place from your perspective, the large cast of characters is always up to something. In the top left of applicable maps, you can view subplots by clicking a character's mini portrait. All these beautiful boys. Except you! I'm going to strike you down, Sovi. Same with you, Helen, but in the end, I'm not going to spoil anything. You can do these in any order, but it's highly recommended that you do them in the order you see them. Damek! Yes! Love Damek. Damek and Ulrich gather in the town square come morning. The road to Valinor would be long and fraught with danger, but this time, Damek was certain he'd send the right man.
Are you sure you'll be okay on your own? It's not too late to ask for some escorts.
Are you sure you'll be okay on your own? It's not too late to ask for some escorts. Son of a Damek! Kiss me!
Yes, Damek, stop asking.
And Ulrich,
I'll be
yes.
fine. And I'm well aware of the dangers. Bringing more people would just put them in harm's way.
Well, forgive me for caring.
So
I just wanted to make sure you're comfortable. If the attack is imminent, you'll have to rush.
I expect it'll take me under a day. I'll arrive in the dead of night or maybe early morning. Seeking out the seer will be the first thing I do.
Fantastic, then things will go perfectly. Make sure to give the rest of the town a heads up. You can all evacuate together. You'll blend right in. But remember, you need to stop by Milas and grab the blade. Otherwise, the Triumvirate will seize it when they attack. If I'm honest, I don't think we stand a chance without it.
Whoa.
I can't believe they're attacking Valinor. The occupation of Mazeo is still so fresh. Thankfully, they haven't found us yet.
Right under their noses, just as we should be. I'm going to meet with the mayor after this, actually. I'll see about fully claiming those underground tunnels.
Look at that face! God damn it!
Whatever they were digging for, they've stopped. I think it would make a fine base of operations. Getting the deed shouldn't be too difficult.
Wait, you mean we'll have a new home? No more sleeping on the hard tavern floor?
Never again. It's time we get established. I have some large shoes to fill as the general. The first step is finding us a fitting home.
Oh.
Good, I'm glad to hear it. But one last thing before I go. Is it true what I've heard about Milas?
Absolutely, so please be kind to him. He'll be a valuable ally in the coming days. Best of luck on your vacation, Ulrich.
Yeah, good vacation. Comes back with a stab wound. It's your fault, Damek.
Trust me, I wish that's what it was.
The faces.
But I'll try retrieving the seer and the blade as soon as possible. Good luck with the mayor. I think you'll need it. But coming back to a home with an actual battle plan? It's starting to feel like our cause has some real weight to it.
You bet it does.
I feel bad for doubting you, Damek. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, parallel gun. Sovi. I told you what I'd do, Sovi. And I will continue with it. Let's see your parallel chronicle. You evil, maniacal animal. Sovi entered the chambers of the Triumvirate unprompted. For Helen had extracted the information they desired. They raised their hoods and turned to him, scoffing. A hint of aggression on their quickly concealed faces.
Sophie, what is the meaning of this intrusion?
Halen has finished his interrogation, Masters. I thought it would be wise to relay the results. Unless you were plotting behind our backs.
Ooh.
We would never do such a thing. Information is granted to you as we see fit. If you are left in the dark, it is not permanent. But please, tell us what Halen discovered. We have a feeling our theories are similar.
Helen's discovered something bad! It's going to war! But it's not. What are you doing? Cup of tea? Please? 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 For Fortaime's sake! Please! I need some nourishment. Winds of Change. A brilliant game. Once I've done this playthrough for the 3rd time, I'm romancing all the characters. Okay. Shut the door, would you, I think. Well, actually, I might have to get myself a drink.
Yes, of course. The Exodus Wielder is located in Valinor. I am ready to launch our attack at a moment's notice.
I don't know. No. I'm gonna kill Sophie.
That's actually voice acting in this one.
Yeah, it's
right.
in amazing voice acting.
Is there also different poses for the characters?
Let me show you.
Good. Then it is time you hear the rest. Valinor is just a small part of our larger plan. We see no more reason to withhold this information.
Don't you dare fade to black yet.
That much was obvious, Masters. Why did you keep it from me for so long?
It is awesome.
Halen and I are more than loyal enough.
Come on, it's been here for ages. What are you doing? Well, it's not in here.
Sophie, this is not a matter of loyalty. We are sure you'll understand when you hear. It would not be wise to doubt our word.
Yes.
See,
My
look,
apologies.
his face is
Nobody
look.
likes being left in the dark.
Look.
I will ensure my words sound less doubtful. If there is a greater plan at play, I am honored. I find no greater pleasure than serving your cause. So please, tell me what you wish, and it will happen.
And it will happen. I'm going to strike you down, Sophie. Just you wait. The next time we meet will be your last. And
We're
obviously
ready
not
to
here
believe
yet,
that
so I'm
Valinor is our goal. However, it is just the beginning of a much larger
I've got
plan.
wrong information.
Today, you will learn the true nature of the spirit realm.
And I'm back here. What a fun. There's buckets lined up right beside the faucets. In my haste, I didn't even drink or eat breakfast. Should I wait until I'm free to drink? Or...
Ugh, that's disgusting.
No!
Those things could be so dirty, you know? At least wait until there's no one around.
You're disgusting, Valessa. I'm thirsty. Don't stop me from drinking. You know what? Just because of that, Valessa, I want another drink.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
Son of a Valessa!
Those things...
Beach. Goes here. Water runs down the side of the tanks at a steady rate. That's a sign that it's gotten full and requires attention. For a moment, I'm glad that so much water is in the centre of Valinor. If we could somehow redirect the flow, it could easily combat the fire. Or combat fire, because there is no the fire yet. These E's carry water from the falls to the tank. It's completely self-sustaining and requires a little upkeep. We'll just have to empty the tank each morning to get our fill. It's something we can't live without, so it never goes unused.
Hey, I guess you didn't get to do your water run. You should do it as soon as you get a chance. I finished mine up just before you got here.
Water run! Now where is Fortaime? There's a book sitting here. It's wet and stained. Most likely water damage due to its proximity to the tank. When I approach it, Fortaime laughs and apologises to me.
Sorry, I think I dropped that when I was waiting. It's something I picked up from Mila's house a few days ago. You're free to take it. I have no use for it anymore.
Sure thing, Fortaime.
Mysterious Mazeo. When the Triumvirate occupied Mazeo almost 20 years ago, many people wondered if they did so with an ulterior motive. On the surface, it looked like they wished to rid the region of piracy and those who would break the law. While it worked, many believed that the Triumvirate was slowly becoming tyrannical. There is one very peculiar thing, however. Their general, or mayor, is almost never seen, and the same goes for the honor guard they've placed in Mazeo. Hundreds of soldiers, almost never walking in the light of day. Instead, I've had several reports tell me that they dig in the night. deep underground, as if they're searching for something of importance. Could this be what they wanted Mazeo for? I've branched out of Valinor and started corresponding with some people of note in Mazeo. It seems that even if it had a positive impact, many are against the idea of a forceful occupation. One city, and then the world.
One city and then the world.
I suspect that the people in opposition will soon form their own army. It seems like they want to take Mazeo away from the Triumvirate and place it back in the hands of the people. A noble cause, I say. Valinor must never meet Mazeo's fate.
Valinor must not read Mazeo's fate, yeah. Houses near the tank are reserved for the elderly. Something about minimising travel time to our water source. Of course, houses near here are way too humid to be comfortable. But for some reason, they don't complain and happily reside inside.
Try not to waste too much time here, Seer. I'm dressed in layers, and this humidity is gross. I wouldn't want to ruin my outfit before your ceremony.
Aww. Trying to keep up, yeah. I want to say yeah, too close. I think that's everything, so we move on to Milas's house. To Milas. We enter Milas's house with an aura of purpose. Though they didn't know what I saw, they knew it was important. We see him shuffling papers at his table, oblivious to our existence.
Hey, Milas. We need to have a word.
Listen up, Milas. He doesn't seem to respond and continues his business. Fortaime seems anxious and taps his foot on the floor. A few moments later, Valessa gives up and interjects.
Milas, snap out of it. We need to talk about something important.
We sure do. She slams her fist down on the table, startling Milas. Valessa! He jumps back a few feet in fright and then laughs. Whatever he was looking at, it fully engrossed him.
You know what they say about death, right? When we die, we go on to live in the realm of spirits. With that logic, spiritual energy should be infinite.
Milas. See, Milas is really cool too.
I'm not really sure how to respond to that. I mean, we've had seers and scribes for thousands of years. I'm pretty sure we'll have them for thousands more to come.
But how do you know that, Valessa?
Wouldn't that be beautiful? Sorry for rambling, but we should all have a seat. I'm afraid things aren't going to go as planned.
Uh-oh. He motions to the back of his house, a carpeted area. With no chairs in sight, it looks like we'll be sitting on the floor. We make our way over there, questioning just what he meant.
I think we were going to say the same thing to you. I mean, the seer had a vision last night. A big one. Hopefully, we have enough time to get through all of this.
Well, unfortunately, I'm past the point of subtlety. So, in the interest of time, I'll get right to it. The induction ceremony is henceforth cancelled.
No! Oh, no.
What? You can't be serious. You hype us all up and take it away? There better be an explanation for this.
Oh, angry Fortaime. Fortaime is fuming with anger and very upset. I guess Milas was right. Plans have changed. But the timing, along with my vision, was odd.
What's going on here, Milas?
Yeah, Milas, spill the beans.
I'm afraid that's a very complicated answer. Let's back things up a few moments. Seer, tell us about the vision you had.
Well, I don't want to... I take a deep breath as we all sit down. That was the moment I told them everything. How Valinor was destroyed by the Triumvirate. I told them about the blaze and the agony. How the man who led the attack had a mystical blade. Not only did it kill Ulrich, but it killed me as well. When I finished my story, I met with silence. They look amongst themselves in shock and confusion. That's fine. It was a lot to process all at once. Oh, and the music! Oh, I didn't want to tell you guys. Fortaime.
Just as I expected. It It was only a matter of time before you saw it. That is, if the spirits truly cared about our protection.
Wait, slow down a minute. How do we know nothing was lost in translation? Remember how abstract visions are known to be?
Hang on, I'm just going to quickly check this to make sure it's still recording. Which I think it is. Yes, it's still recording, that's good. I am. An hour and 5 minutes in. See, this game, you get carried away with how cool it is.
I can confirm that an attack is imminent. Besides, Valessa, you know visions aren't like that. The spirits have gotten strong enough. That's no longer an issue.
See, Miles is probably right, because Miles is the elder, so he knows all this stuff.
But this can't be true.
It is. And unfortunately, it's just the start. There are still some important matters at hand. Before I send you off, I'll tell you everything.
He smiles at each of us before taking a deep breath. I notice large bags under his eyes. Signs of unrest. He must have been living with this secret for a while.
I didn't want to tell you until you needed to know. I'm just lucky that this vision waited until I was ready. The Triumvirate wants to occupy Valenorth, as they did Mazeo. I know what you three lost in Mazeo, and I'm sorry, but what they plan to bring to Valenorth is far, far worse. Punishment for my father's involvement with the rebellion.
Oh no. Just like that empty armor seemed to imply. So Valenorth did have some relation to the rebellion. And it wasn't just during Miles' short reign either.
We're supposed to be nonpartisan.
Yeah, that's our whole deal. Why would your father do that to us?
Oh no.
I'll never forgive you, Miles.
No!
Your father is responsible for all of this?
Can't not...
He betrayed Valinor the moment he helped them.
Yeah, but Miles didn't.
Understandable, but this is not my fault.
Correct.
Surely you know about my father's disappearance. But have you heard the stories of the recent rebel victory?
Rebel victory?
The blade that the seer mentioned. It was taken from the Triumvirate. Without it, they are weak and vulnerable. But it was not an easy feat to accomplish. In their pursuit of the blade, many people died, including the leader of the rebellion itself. The new leader, Damek, sent it here for safekeeping. I hid it in the Grand Tree where no one would find it. I want you to take it and seek out Damek in Mazeo.
Hey, slow down. This makes sense to you, but it's all a blur to us. Your father was one of the men that died to get this blade?
Oh, he's more than that.
Indeed he was, Fortaime. The rebel leader's death, my father's disappearance, I'm afraid those are intricately connected.
You mean?
Oh no.
Yes, I do. My father didn't work with the rebellion. He created it. The first allegiance in Valenorth's entire history.
Whoa.
Big woe, Fortaime.
He formed an allegiance with insurgents in Mazeo. Together, they grew and created a large army. Large enough to steal the Triumvirate's sacred blade.
I don't understand why he'd do that. We're fine on our own. We always have been.
Times are changing and leaving us behind. I'm afraid that Valenorth is a dying culture, Valessa. What I am about to tell you must not leave this room.
You see, that's quite sad, that Valenorth is a dying culture. No, there's too many emotions in this game.
What is it?
You know of Salberg, right? How it houses the spirit idol of Valenorth.
Yes, of course. But it's been blocked off for a long time. I've never gone to see a spirit idol in person.
I'm afraid it might remain that way.
Oh no.
Seer, on the eve of your birth, it went dark. Valenorth is living unlimited spiritual energy.
Oh god.
There's no way I believe that, Miles. Our connection with the spirits is eternal.
I wish that were the case, Fortaime. It pains me to say this, but it's true. You are the last seer we shall ever have.
Damn, that's a lot of...
Normally, the spirit idol chooses a child. That child is imparted with a surge of spiritual energy. When they pass away, it does the same to the next generation. But you, Seer, it gave everything to you. Like the spirit realm is making one final push. I don't know why, but I have my theories.
It sounds like the spirits have given up on us. Perhaps we took their gift for granted and abused them. Without that idol and their energy, what will happen to us?
Good question.
I expect that Valenorth will become like any other nation. We'll take history into our own hands, rather than act on guidance. It's not a bad thing, and I don't think the spirits gave up on us.
Good on you, Wallace.
In fact, I think it's the opposite. They're placing all of their hope on us. The Seer and that blade can save us all.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I can't save anyone. I might want to get someone else.
Back to that blade again? What does that have to do with all of this?
It's not an ordinary blade, as you've been told. In order to harness it, you need remarkable strength. Or, in other words, a vast amount of spiritual energy. Seer, I think the spirits chose you to wield this blade. To take it, join the rebels in Mazeo, and defeat the Triumvirate. I know this is asking a lot of you, but we always follow their lead. Valenorth may be attacked, but we can rebuild from the ashes. Our true goal here should be the destruction of the Triumvirate. History should be in our hands, not in the hands of unjust gods.
Of unjust gods, yeah. Yep. Paul Valessa, so much to take in. What do you feel about me? You can't save anyone. And Fortaime 2. Why am I playing this again? Because it always happens.
So that's why your father formed this alliance? To take control of our history in the spirit's absence? And to make sure the Triumvirate doesn't dictate our future?
He wanted to strengthen our bonds with outsiders as well. Without visions, we have to take things as they come. Foresight helped us out, but we won't always have it.
Marlis is planning for the future. She's good.
What we do have, however, is the potential of the Seer. I think that's why he sacrificed himself to get this blade. He knew that you'd be able to wield it and achieve liberation. Please, take the blade and flee to Mazeo. When the ceremony is supposed to start, I'll tell the people. They're all rounding up, so it'll be easy to evacuate.
Good plan, Marlis.
We might be a bit behind, but we'll meet in Mazeo. There's lots to plan, and little time to plan it. We'll need new homes and blades for any volunteers. As far as I can tell, this is not up for debate. If you think it is, then consider it in order from your elder. Leave as soon as you are able, and we'll meet again soon.
He stands up and walks away. Moments later, he's back to his usual business. We exchange glances with one another, overwhelmed.
Listen, I'm gonna try and be the voice of reason here.
Do that for
Hylas said a lot of stuff, and it could be true or false. But if an attack is coming, we should go either way. Especially if there's a weapon we can use. I think we should grab it from the Grand Tree first. Again, not siding with anyone here, just using logic.
Sound logic.
Yeah, you're right. We do the same thing, even if Miles didn't tell us to. Find something to defend ourselves with, and leave Valenorth. But he said the spirits gave you all their power? And they cut their influence from Valenorth for good? This changes Alestia's entire history, not just our actions.
Sure does.
I can't say I fully understand, but it makes sense. Miles' father foresaw all this and took action. I feel hatred, but at the same time, I feel hope.
Let's take this one step at a time, Valessa. We'll grab the weapon and make our way out of here. The rest can fall into place as we move on.
True. We nod, and we stand up as well. With an attack on the way,
We had to move. Miles would take care of evacuating everyone else. We got that blade first. Sophie couldn't use it. And I'm going to strike
to
Sophie
the Grand Tree
down.
then? I'll try to maintain one modicum of sanity. It's not like our lives were just turned around.
Valessa, you're right. Our lines won't just turn around. Not in the slightest way.
I'm sure we'll manage as long as we're together. I'm not giving up on any of you. I promise.
Same here, Fortaime. Whatever I press the wrong button. Yeah, there we go.
There's nothing we can't do if we all pitch in.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Grand Tree and get that blade.
So positive. And we have more discussions in Chronicles. Let's do the Chronicles first. I think after this bit, put a pause on the Chronicles. I've done it for, I think I've been recording for about an hour.
Dammit conversed with Grizz, the mayor of Mazeo. There was much to be done before the rebellion could settle down. But first on his agenda was procuring the city's underground tunnels. A place to operate in secrecy would be essential to their continued success.
Come on, Grizz, this must be possible.
Yeah.
Even their honor guard barely monitors the place. When they do, they're oblivious to our existence. If we don't push them, they won't push back. Although one final push might be required. Either way, we need that deed as a rightful claim.
Jamek, for the last time, it's not so simple. If the Triumvirate knew I was helping you, they'd kill me. I wouldn't be surprised if they damaged Mazeo as well.
Grizz, yeah. Look at Grizz. Big boy. So nice. All characters are too nice.
Oh, come on, it's not that risky. We'll operate silently. They'll never know.
Being sly, Damek.
Everything has a paper trail, Damek. They keep track of every step I take. At the end of the day, I'm still their general. I understand that you want those tunnels, but it would be too risky. They'd find us out. I'm not gambling with my life, understand?
Click his abs.
With them, it's a gamble, I'll give you that. But with me, I'll have you know it's a certainty. I don't think you know how much we need those tunnels.
Oh, is that a threat, Damek?
Damek, is that a threat?
Of course not. We're too close for that. Close enough that you won't have to find out. I'm sure we can come to some sort of deal.
You sly guy.
Mazeo has rubbed off on you. I'd expect such tactics from pirates, not you. I have to say, you'd need something big to woo me.
Dammit walks up to the desk and places some papers down. He looked up at Grizz with a smile, who returned only shock.
They dig for 20 years and find nothing. I use my forces and we find it in days. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is it.
Damek, I don't believe this.
Oh, look at his face.
This is what I've been looking for. You must tell me where it is.
Uh-oh, there goes Sanga.
A deed might sweeten the deal for me. Besides, you can report this finding to the Triumvirate. They'll be so ecstatic they won't notice anything else.
Sly.
It is a big deal, and it might sate them. But they'd likely send forces here immediately. You want me to put a target on your new HQ?
Actually, their forces will be preoccupied. I have word that they're undertaking another mission. We'll have plenty of time to occupy and fortify.
I can't believe you found it, Damek. If you want the deed, you must give me exclusive access. Nobody else can touch it. I have my plans, and that's final.
Oh, secrets are going round.
Of course, I'd be more than happy to, but you might have to wait a bit longer. Tapping into it requires some special means. But I promise you won't be waiting much longer. So please, if you would hand over the deed, and once they arrive, it's all yours.
Deed's a deed. And I think I will stop the recording here. Save it as usual. In the right save, which is miles away, knowing me. Here it is. Save it here. I sure want to overwrite your save. Of course I do. I know what I'm doing. And I shall see you guys in the next video.